Wingstop. So they have their new haunted habanero flavor. So I had to get out there and try it. I think it just was released October 1st. So I waited a few days. I've never been to Wingstop, truth be told. I've heard great things about them. I'm just, as you guys mostly know, I'm not big on chicken. But, you know, I'll mess with it when we got something super spicy, right? So I got a 10-piece boneless, and again, the flavor Haunted Habanero, $11.99. So $12.98 out the door at the old Wingstop. That's all I got. And they gave me this big bag, so I can use that for something. I got my own ranch. Let's get into these. So from my understanding, ooh, they look good. They look really good. And they smell spicy. Again, so my understanding is that this new flavor is just a mix of two of their pre-existing flavors, which is the mango habanero and their hottest, the atomic. So they just mix those two sauces together to create this flavor that we have as the haunted habanero. I'm hungry. Let's see what we got. They look coated really, really nice. Kind of has a Korean flavor to it. Yeah. There's a sweetness. Obviously, that's coming probably from that mango habanero. Again, I've never had Wingstop, so I've never had the mango habanero flavor. And I've never had their hottest, the atomic. This is a mix of both of those. It's got legit heat. I mean, that's yeah, for sure. Getting through all these, I'm going to be sweating. No doubt about it. They're delicious. They're warm. I saw them put them in the fryer. There was nobody else in there. So we got lucky, I think, and got a real good batch. The meat's juicy. It's tender. There's a crispness to these. I like the name, Haunted Habanero. You can tell that there's something more than just habanero going on there. Because it has a nice back-end heat to it. Let's try some with some ranch. I'm a Hidden Valley Ranch guy. These are great wings. That flavor on this sauce, this shit is addicting. These are good. Wow. I'm glad I stopped in. I didn't even know this was being released. And, you know, the algorithm on my Facebook feed, it just kicked on one day. And I was like, whoa, what is that? So I looked into it. About 4 or 5 wings in, and There's a little bit of a building spice to it. Although I don't have much in the throat or the chest, the front of my palate is really on fire, pretty good. My lips are taking a little bit of a pummel there. And again, these are coated really, really nicely. You go to some places and it's just lackluster coating. These are done nice. And there's a lot of that sauce just down here. Yeah. I might have to go back and get these again. These are so good. And they have a nice spice to them. And they're addicting. I mean, you just want to keep going back and more and more. I like them better without the ranch. When you dip them in the ranch, as what would make sense is it does dissipate the heat a little bit on them. Eating them just straight up like this, you get a much more pronounced spice level to it. It's got my nose running. I'm going to have to go back to Wingstop again. This is some of the best chicken I've had from a fast food place, maybe ever. Legit, these are good. And it does have a nice spice. If you're not accustomed to a lot of spice and extra hot on a regular basis, these are probably going to be a little bit too much. If you're a chili head and you're accustomed to eating hot sauce and peppers and powders and different things pretty much with every meal, these will still give you a nice bite, you know. They're good with the ranch too. These are hitting the spot, man. These are some of the best boneless wings I've ever had. And when I was younger, I used to eat a lot more chicken wings and things like that. Not so much anymore. Cooked really, really well. Nice coating on them. We got a little bead of sweat coming. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and try the atomic wings. I bet you the atomic is hotter than these because I can taste that underlying almost like a extract, but not quite extract. It might be, but that mango habanero flavor is kind of dulling that down, so I'm not getting a whole lot of that. But I bet just straight atomic from Wingstop is probably hotter than what these are. Some people would say, well, how could that be? Because you're mixing two extremely hot. But, one can overpower and take over the other one or dissipate the other one. So when you start mixing a lot of things, it'll actually take away from the heat, right? So just by adding like a ghost pepper sauce to a jalapeno sauce, sometimes that ghost pepper sauce alone will be hotter than the mix that you made, and again, I don't know what the mix, I don't know if this is a franchise or corporate or whatever, but I don't know what they've been told for the actual haunted habanero sauce the correct mixture is. Is it 50-50? Is it 75-25? Either way, I don't know. To me, it's leaning a little bit heavier on the mango habanero. Probably makes sense. It's probably like a 75-25 mix. Could be a 50-50. Had I had those sauces before, I might be able to judge that a little better, but this one's coated nice. Last one. Come on. My friends, those are a must try. If you have a Wingstop, I would suggest trying those before that flavor is gone. Or you could just make your own, right? You could just ask them for a side of Atomic and a side of Mango Habanero and mix them, and you're going to get something very close to what that is. I mean, that's what it is. But again, it goes back to the dilution and the percentage of each sauce and how they're manipulating that. But even for me, this has a nice spice level to it. This is really right where I like to be on the average. You know, the way kind of how spicy I like most of my daily intake food to be. About what this is. Yeah. A little bit of sweat, as you can see. Nose is sniffling. My lips are on fire from that sauce. They are a little bit sweet. And again, I'm not too big on sweet sauces and sweet things in general. And that sweetness, kind of a syrupiness, is sticking around on the palate. But while I was eating those wings, that sweetness kind of went away fairly quickly. And then I'm guessing it's that Atomic sauce on that back end that was really kind of carrying the rest of it through. I never really got any kind of a burn or spice in the throat. Another reason it leads me to believe, besides just the overall flavor, that it's probably 75% mango habanero, and then 25% of that Atomic is probably the recipe that they've made for this. But anyway, I'm going to cut. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Thanks for burning with me as always. And I'll be back soon with something else, you know. So that was Wingstop's new Haunted Habanero. We'll see you later.